Go Parlay King Sports, late night scoreboard, going over the college football matches yesterday. My official, I went 1-4 yesterday in college football. 1-4. I had a rough day yesterday, man. Rough day, very rough day. Starting off, it started off with the Clemson game. Like Clemson was up, then they gave the lead up to Florida State. Then they went back up again. It was going back and forth. It was a good game. But unfortunately, I had Clemson on the money line because I thought Clemson was going to beat Florida State. But that started the downfall right there. Like when I lost that game, I don't understand why Jimbo Fish, why Dabo won't go in the transfer portal because man, what you got up there in Clifton and Clemson, that ain't good enough, man. That was not good enough, bro. Not what I just seen, man. That was pathetic, man. I'd never put a dollar on Clemson again. I wouldn't care who they playing and shit. I'm fading Clemson for the rest of the goddamn year. The game of the night was the Ohio State and Notre Dame game. That was the game of the night right there. And it was crazy because I was falling I was falling asleep in and out of the game. Like, I was watching it, but I was falling asleep too because it was late night. It was late, and I can't believe Ohio State won that shit, man. I couldn't believe it. Man, I had to go back and watch the highlights because I had fell asleep on the ending. But I couldn't believe Ohio State won that game, man. I can't believe it, man. The quarterback play, man, was trash, man. Cal McCord was goddamn it trash. Like if this was a college football playoff game, Ohio State would have got destroyed. Uh, I'm still sticking with my pick that Penn State is the best team in the Big Ten. I'm sticking with that. Michigan, you got to push yesterday. I got to push out of you yesterday, but I'm unimpressed with what I'm seeing up there in Ann Arbor, man. I'm unimpressed with that performance yesterday. I do not feel or think that Michigan is a playoff team. I don't think they're a playoff team, man. I think they fraudulent, man. They've been sent up there in Michigan playing all these goddamn cupcakes. At least when you playing a cupcake, you're supposed to cover the spread. Right? They can't even cover the spread. Michigan is terrible at covering big spreads. Terrible. The same thing goes with Georgia. Georgia is terrible at covering big spreads. They come out as a 40-point favorite against UAB, little measly UAB, and you can't even cover a 40-point spread. I'm telling you, I don't think Georgia gonna win a back-to-back with three-time champion, national champion. I don't see that happening, man. Like they gonna slip up. Georgia gonna slip up, man. Like they gonna slip up to let UAB get what they get. I think they got 21 points or something like that, 17 or 8, something like that. I know they put up a nice amount of points. I know they went over their team total. I know that they went over their team total. But Georgia, Georgia ain't looking the part, man. Georgia ain't looking the part. Michigan damn sure ain't looking the part. I mean, your first 4 games was cupcakes, man, and you couldn't even breeze through that shit. Like, I mean, you struggled last week versus Bowling Green. You was a 40.5 point favorite against Bowling Green. Struggled with them. You almost struggled with Rutgers too. You know, it took Michigan It took Michigan like the end of the third, the beginning of the fourth quarter to really pull away from Rutgers, right? Because Rutgers was right there. They was giving them fits all day. And JJ, wherever his name is, JJ McCarthy, or I don't see it, man. That dude up there, the quarterback from Michigan, I don't see championship. Like I see why y'all lost to TCU in the playoffs. I see why. Michigan don't have enough explosive plays on the offensive side of the ball. They don't have enough. They ain't got enough, man. They don't have enough. And I got Penn State winning the Big Ten hands down. Like, hands down. The only team I think that's going to give really Penn State some real problems, like Penn State going to have to, it's going to take all four quarters from them to pull away, is Ohio State. I think Ohio State can push Penn State to the limit, but I would still pick Penn State over Ohio State. Alabama does what Alabama does. Keep winning. Keep winning the lane train. I mean, he good against anybody else unless he got to go up against Nick Saban. All right, as long as he ain't got to go up against Nick Saban, he could beat anybody. Let me see another game. Georgia Tech, Wake Forest game. I didn't realize how good Georgia Tech really is. Like until yesterday when they was on one of my channels yesterday, and I got a chance to sit back and watch them. Georgia Tech is a better team that I gave them credit for, man. Like I thought I had put them in the category as one of the little bottom of the barrel teams in the ACC that that'll fight every now and then. But what I saw yesterday, I was impressed by Georgia Tech. I was impressed. Let me see who else. USC. I'm not impressed with you, man. I mean, you was a 34-point favorite, and you come out look like straight garbage in the first half. You only up. I think they was only up by a touchdown at halftime. Yeah, I think it was like 21-13 at the half. USC. I mean, that's a pathetic performance from USC, man. It's pathetic, man. USC ain't getting into the college playoff because I think I think Washington State can beat USC. I think Washington can beat USC. I think Utah can beat USC. I'm just not impressed with USC. I'm not impressed with USC. I'm not impressed with that shit up there, man. 30 point, 34-point favorite, and you only win by, I think they won by 14, 14 points. Like, the big game of the day was the Colorado and Oregon game. Now, this is Prime's first year, so I ain't got no pressure on Prime. There's no pressure on Prime. This is first year. So my expectations wasn't high for Colorado. I just knew that they was gonna get over that win total of 3.5. I know that. They gonna win another game because you got Arizona State on your schedule. You still got you're not gonna beat USC. You're not gonna beat Washington State. You're not gonna beat Washington. You can beat Arizona State. I don't know. I'll do that. I don't think they play UCLA this year. But this is Prime's first year, so no pressure on Prime. He goes up in Oregon and he loses the game. I mean, he loses the game in impressive, unimpressive fashion. Oregon, they pretty much did whatever they wanted to do, but I still wasn't impressed by that victory. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you blew out, Dion. Wait till y'all see Washington. Wait till y'all see USC. Wait till y'all play Washington State. Like, Those are going to be your real tests. I'm not sold on Bo Nix, even though he had a nice game yesterday. I still ain't sold. I still ain't sold on him, man. I ain't sold on him. I remember those years when he was in the SEC and you couldn't do nothing in the SEC, nothing. So I'm not impressed with you doing up there in Oregon, man. You on the West Coast and you can get away with that by playing all these mediocre teams. So if Bo Nix want to impress me, go beat Washington, go beat Utah, go beat USC. Beat all three of them teams, and then I'll be impressed with Bo Nix. But I don't think he's gonna get it done. So I'm not impressed with Bo Nix. I'm not impressed. Who else we got? Let me look at my notes, man. Let me look at my notes. Okay. Oklahoma. Oklahoma. I wasn't impressed with Oklahoma yesterday. I was not impressed, man. That Dylan Gabriel guy, the quarterback for Oklahoma, I was not impressed with that performance I seen yesterday in Cincinnati, man. It was mediocre. I mean, how what I don't understand, right? How the fuck can Oklahoma go on the road and cover a 36 and a half point spread, but then go to little measy Cincinnati when you got Emory Jones at quarterback? I mean, he's not even gonna get a look at the NFL. Dylan Gabriel is supposed to be an NFL type quarterback, and I was unimpressed from what I saw yesterday. I was very unimpressed, man. Like very unimpressed. I think Texas is going to win that conference hands down, hands down. Texas all day long, man. That shit up there in Oklahoma, it was not. I thought I thought I was supposed to see the third best offense in the country. That's what they kept telling me. Oh, Oklahoma is the third best offense in the country. They scoring 56 points a game. I can't tell. That shit I seen yesterday. First of all, y'all can't even run the football. How the fuck y'all Oklahoma and y'all ain't got no rushing touchdowns from a running back? Right. Oklahoma don't have one rushing touchdown. That's pathetic, man. And you're supposed to be Oklahoma. I'm used to Oklahoma having running backs. Like that's your history of Oklahoma. They always keep a running back. Going all the way back to the Adrian Peterson days. Like they always kept a running back. The shit I seen yesterday, nah, that's not gonna get it done, man. And then your quarterback play from Dylan Gabriel. I know he went for 300 yards. I don't see how he went for 300 yards because I watched damn near 85% of that game, and I didn't see no fucking 300. I seen him dinking and dunking. You know, that's all I did. That's all I seen him doing is dinking and dunking. Like I didn't. I seen him take one or two shots deep, and he connected with one of them. But other than that, it was a dink and dunk show. But I ain't gonna be on her long. We got NFL Sunday today. I'm gonna get ready for NFL. I just want to come on here and drop my weekly college football. So right now, I am 22-7 in college football. 22-7 in college football. And the teams that I went with yesterday, like I had West Virginia plus the 6, They end up winning the game outright. Then I had BYU plus the 9.5. I mean, that spread was good. And BYU folded down the stretch. They folded in the fourth quarter. They gave up 2 touches in the fourth quarter to not cover the spread. So they basically got blown out in the fourth quarter. Like they was there all the way to the end until the fourth quarter came, and then that's when Kansas pulled away from them. And then I had Colorado plus the 21. You saw that outcome. I didn't think Oregon was going to be able to do that to Colorado. Like I didn't think that, but they proved me wrong. And then I took UConn. UConn was like last year. UConn was my covering. That was my covering darling. You know what I'm saying? I had them in every parlay every week last year because they was a covering machine. If they was getting, especially when they was getting double digit points, they was covering that shit. This year, this UConn team is completely trash. They done went the total opposite from what they was trying to do from last year. Last year's UConn team, they fought in every game. Like, yeah, they lost, but they fought. You know what I'm saying? They didn't just sit back and just accept the ass whooping. This team in UConn, they ain't even fighting in motherfucking. They not even fighting in UConn shit. Like they just showing up to play a game and that's it. I mean, the defense that I seen yesterday from UConn, I mean, the Duke players wide the fuck open, ain't no defensive player around them. I mean, basically UConn basically gave up on the season already, and we ain't even halfway through the season, and UConn already gave up already. That was a pathetic performance from UConn. And then my other team that was a covering machine, but I knew I might be in some trouble this week was Sam Houston State. Sam Houston State, from the beginning of college football season this year, they've been covering all spreads. Like I think they was like 3-0 against the spread. The first 3 weeks they were 3-0 against the spread. So I'm like, okay, I had to put them on the ticket because they covered the spread the last 3 weeks. So I'm like, all right, this should be locked right here. Can't Sam Houston State, and we was getting 12 and a half, and then Houston is one of them teams like they'll be favored, and then they don't cover the spread or they'll lose the game outright. Somehow, some way, Sam Houston State didn't show up yesterday. They didn't show up. They did not show up, and it showed in the box score because they got blown all the way out. And this is the first, matter of fact, this is the first time all year that they done got blown out. Like this is crazy, man. This shit is crazy. Like you can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up. That's why they tell you it's gambling. You can't make this shit up. That's why I said if you think that a play is 100% lock or whatever, like it ain't 100% lock until it come through. Because I thought Sam Houston State was golden with them 12 and a half points from the first 3 weeks that I've been riding with them. And they picked Saturday to let me down. I can understand UConn getting blown out. I can understand that. Y'all got a history of getting blown out. So I can understand that. But I'm fading y'all for the rest of the year. I think I'm gonna fade Prime until they get a favorable matchup. Because I don't like USC. I mean, USC just a big name. I know they're gonna be favored by mass points. I already know. But don't the odds makers better not make it nothing crazy. Like I don't see USC coming up in Colorado doing them how Oregon did them. I don't see that. I think Colorado will play better at home. but I still would pick USC to win the game. Right. Dion needs some more dogs. He's short some dogs, and we see it. So ain't no pressure on Dion. This is his first year. He just short some dogs. He'll be all right. Dion gonna be all right, man. He gonna be all right. But we very excited about this NFL Sunday. NFL Sunday, man. We very excited. Very excited. We looking to clap back from college football. That's what I like about the NFL, because like if you lose in college, you can get it all back in the NFL. So that's what we're doing today. NFL Sunday. We're gonna clap back today, man. I come back and do a recap of the NFL after all the games over with. I come back and do a recap of the NFL. But this is my recap in college football. I went 1-4. See, I'm a real capper. See, I'll tell you about my losses. I ain't coming on here telling you, oh, I went 10-0 yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm a real capper, man. I'm giving you my losses right along with my wins. That's a real capper. 1-4 in college football. And I ain't ashamed about it either, because it is what it is. It's called gambling. We got our big boy pants on over here. You know, we could take a loss. It ain't a problem. It's part of the game. But the key is, can you bounce back from a loss? That's the key. Can you bounce back from a loss? And I'm going to say, yes, we're going to bounce back today in the NFL. So, if you want in on my NFL plays, hit me up on Twitter, where it's called X now. I don't know why I keep saying Twitter. X, Instagram, TikTok, NFL Sunday, man. Let's get ready. We got a big day today. I hope y'all have a great day. Give me a follow, subscribe, and I'll be back for my NFL recap. Have a great day, man.